So anyways, welcome back to Comic Studio. And a few moments ago, there was another outage, which is absolutely another shortage of Comic Studio, because I never believe it that they just never able to be finding out as well. And of course, my internet connection has gotten any worse since that after Valentine's Day. Even for days, for just some kind of late days, for some sort of like this, since February 19 this year. But this is not going to be going to taking a little bit longer as well. Even absolutely keeping on payments and tax payments for around here for a lot of those things, like whatever going to be to do this as well. Nothing today is we're going to be find out for something else. But we never heard around here as well, and I cannot believe this is actually getting a little bit less for around here, and more of like to do this as well, and cannot believe it for one thing as well. And maybe this is actually for a comic post for about to get a little bit torture. So nothing one thing is going to be for such thing as well as we scroll down and gotten a little bit worse, but nothing is really nice. Everything was not nice for all the way around here because of those some sort of a child safety and botting, just like Roblox as well. And we're not gonna be probably to talk about for the bad news. It looks like it was absolutely for around here since April Fool's days and summer days are over, including most of like anything as well. It's probably Labor Day or nothing that we're going to be taking around to thinking about here. So as you can see, the Teapot Camp Comic Studio have just replaced into new one. And yes, this isn't going to be for one thing as well. As we're going to be checking this out as well, we have seen the last Bender and artistic like this things as well. So we're gonna be jumping in, and I have definitely restored like anything as well. But nothing you can see this, everything is absolutely, it's not being renovated like those things. It's replaced with characters, a lot of them as well. It was credited to Jack Tiffany, or credit to Jack Jeffany for creating the Battle for Dream Island 11 sections, and is owned by Real Bookies Comic Studios Teapot Camp, which is we have found anyways that we don't know how to find for some sort of unknown references this. This is what absolutely that I'm not gonna be finding a little bit for this thing as well. For some sort of for the Teapot's big dramas Teapot Camp, as we find for some sort of a previous video. So, in many more videos ago, I made for some sort of a idiotic drama Teapot Camp. That I just completely found out for some sort of an unknown reasons. And now it has been taken down and being replaced into new one. And we never believe this isn't going to be such a little bit real as well. So the Teapot C could be for some sort of the OG series. The assets could be for around, as for some sort of the objects, for a lot of it, for some sort of like this. The Teapot C reboot was actually for around featured around here for just like the same. Blue Boys free for this, and probably that we're not going to be found out as well. But what about Leafy? It's probably evil eyes for some sort of stupid. So, even though for another kinds of the items could be for around for other kinds of stuff, which includes glasses, cake at steak, and ruined cakes as well, complete with shovels and knives. And probably there must be the icons and a little bit more. Just pretty more. There is probably nothing over here except for here, but nothing over here for some sort of like this. Except the backgrounds we have looked here for. And there's more backgrounds, even a little bit for some sort of like this. The outdoors, the indoors could be as well, including the sewers, the outside case. We're just already seeing this beyond of those previous videos. And I wouldn't believe there must be snow, which features desert, jungle, swamp, the music area instrument, the whole of like the music hill or the mountains of the skies like this, the shores, some kind of like this, and even more land and some kind of this. There is a in the telescope room or some sort of lounge, the basement or some kind of boiler room, and finally some sort of like this. It's not gonna be for one here. This R in the living room have just absolutely features amount of colors, but nothing is over here for these things as well. Anyways, it's just got to be the same for some sort of reboot, and nothing a whole bunch of like those things. It's gonna be the same as this, and probably that was the entire of like any of those things as well. And more submitted sprites could be for probably as well. And more original things could be for posted around here, like many more. And a bunch of icons is a way more a lot, and a lot of icons we finally found here that they just never told around here for a lot of to do so as well. Thankfully, I have restored for around here, but probably one is. Unfortunately, we won't able to be reviewing for some sort of like the comics as well from their post comics, because some sort of like this, that which is absolutely due to some sort of copyrights of Battle for Dream Island. Instead of those characters, I absolutely add them a little bit for one thing as well, but nothing. It's the results. But I probably change it a little bit for using another for some kind of studio crossovers, like the Adet versions of Cookie Run characters, and probably seeing this whenever added a little bit of supercars ourselves, and probably there must be multiple of people as well, instead of like stickmans. That isn't going to be some sort of possibilities. We totally forgot a little bit for some sort of like those things, for added a little bit for something as well, for such as Cookie Run characters as well, which means it got a little bit for one thing as well, because there must be a Chevy Monte Carlo and Lamborghini Aventador right on this cookie as well from the Scruffiest Comic Studio. And I didn't believe for one thing as well, some sort of pure vanilla cookie and vagabond cookie was nearby for some sort of like this, or the well, and pilot cookie was going up for the loud horns of some sort of the overworld. This is absolutely for the instrumental overworld, could be for around like these, and I'm not probably sure this isn't going to be for such as real. This is a 2007 reference of Expectation, but another one in the boiler room was almost being torn off for around here for something as well. Even though there must be the workers like themselves and probably like this, and that could be for, I didn't see this, and that could be butter roll cookie, and I'm probably sure that isn't going to be for making for some sort of like this. This is actually for making some sort of an incident like this, and I'm probably sure with that for the stir. And I'm not pretty sure this isn't going to be keeping up for some sort of a boiler room. Beyond of this thing as well, onto the island shores of the desert beach, and probably that we don't really think as well. Carrot Cookie has saw something is absolutely going to be doing this as well. So this is actually for this private beach, who could be for only one, actually for some sort of people as well to take off and become something like this. Which means Devil and Lime Cookie, Devil Cookie and Lime Cookie have just enjoying it legally. Expect another one come from the Butter Bear or like this, which is the Butter Bear Cookie absolutely found out what is going on. And that won't be going to be trying to do this like anyways as well for this request. And I'm not going to be probably sure that he was told by Carrot Cookie that they came up for this about for situation about here. And finally, Parfait Cookie has just moved into the new home, but nothing imagined that this isn't going to be for such as a little bit further. With absolutely one another mate could be for round as Sea Fairy Cookie. It could be for round the adapted versions like this, this, and this, except the OC this as well. So that doesn't gonna be mean for one thing. Could be as literally as possible that the cars are just literally parking as anyways between this. And of course, we didn't actually restore one of their things as well. And let's just say Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, as we just completely restored 7 hours ago. And it's absolutely going to be for one thing as well. But I wouldn't believe there aren't absolutely for this thing as well. So I might gonna be finding a little bit later as well. And so yes, that would be for so pretty nice as well. We didn't add a gangster over here, just shooting windows and stuff. But I just restored for some progress for some a little bit for as well. So that will be it for just right now. If we're gonna be trying to find this out as the new Power of 2, Battle of Dream Island, like those things as well. If you probably saw for some sort of TPOT camp as well, for once again, it's gonna be into the description as the same as one warning. Beyond of the previous videos, that the link could be for around here into the description may not absolutely accessible for around here in this comic creator, especially this new link is in description right down here as well. So thanks for watching, and we're gonna be seeing you in the next video as well. I'll be signing off, and I'll talk to you media lads and comic studio users all later. And the next time that in case it's going to be taken down again, it's no longer exist for around here, that never seemed to be pretty too much for next year.